My name's John. I've bought myself a new Warhammer 40,000 prop, and you're watching Wargames models and other hobbies. Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I want to show you a new Warhammer 40,000 prop that I've got hold of. You can see here part of it is the sight of the item in particular. I'm not going to beat around the bush, I'll just bring it in. I bought myself a needle pistol. So this replica I found on eBay, and the needle pistol is one of my favourite weapons in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. I don't know why, it just is. I really like the aesthetic and the way it works and everything like that. I've already started putting this one together. I've still got to put the sight on, which I'll do in this video. When I got this model, it started with the barrel as one piece on its own, the main body, the bottom of the magazine, and then the sight has the front, middle and back section. What I've done so far is drill holes to then put rods in and then glued it all in place. I couldn't really wait, which is why I did most of it off camera, but I've left this last bit to do on camera right now. So, I cut down some bolts that will go into the top of the needler just here, and then that will go onto the sight just there. So let me just take that out, and I'm going to start by using the last of my super glue to put into the holes and then glue it together. Now normally I would use a two-part epoxy for this, but unfortunately mine has cured in the pot, so I can't really do much with it. So I've just got to wait for this super glue to come out. But while it is, let's have a little chat about needle weapons. Now, ever since reading A White Dwarf many years ago, when the second edition Rattling Snipers came out, I was fascinated by needle weapons. And that has only continued through the various games of Warhammer 40,000, Necromunda. It is something that I really like the aesthetic for, and when I found this on eBay I couldn't resist, and I kind of tried to work out whether the cost was reasonable, and I have to say I really think it is. I'm not going to say what I spent on it. If you're really interested, you can have a search on eBay and probably find the kit. I don't know if it is official, I doubt it. I think it is a custom kit that someone has made for cosplay. But I really do like the way that it looks. And we will have a good look at it when I've glued the sight on. Now, as I said, I am running out of super glue, so I am going to use a combination of thick and thin super glue. This Gorilla Glue actually takes a little bit of time to go off, which is perfect in this situation. Now, what I'm doing is putting the glue down the drill holes that I did, and then let me put the bolts down there. Now there is a bit of an air lock in there, so I have to kind of run it around a little bit, and then likewise with the other one. There we go. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put some thin super glue on the top of this. And then I'm going to push these two bits together. And I'm going to hold them firmly in place. So, while I hold this in place, because it'll take a little bit of time to go off, let's talk about this kit. So, I picked this kit up off eBay, and as I said, it came in parts. I did wash all of the parts when I got them, as there was still signs of mold release and things like that on them, which the seller did tell me that they recommend doing that, which is fine by me. Just washed it in warm soapy water and let it dry. And let's lay that down and just pinch that there. Things that I like about this, there is a lot of kind of detail within the main body of the gun there, which I've got to work out how I want to paint it. I've got a few ideas, but I'm going to think about it for a little while. It did also come with some little skulls that would go on the handle, but I prefer it without them. And it did also come with a purity seal, which I'm not going to put on it, but something else nice to have. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy with the object itself. Yes, I could have 3D printed it, but I'm really partial to cast models, garage kits, things like this. There are signs that original parts of this were 3D printed. You can see kind of when you look close to it, kind of the pattern of 3D prints and then slight sanding and that kind of thing. Then it was mold and cast, but I prefer this outcome. And I worked out that for me to actually make it myself, it probably would have cost a bit more. So I'm quite happy with what I spent on it. And yeah, that's it, my needle pistol. If you want to see more videos on this and me painting it, please drop it in the comments. What I will do at the end of the video, I'll take some pictures of it so you can have a look at it. And if you know where it's from, if it's from a specific source or anything like that, please let me know. It might just be made by this person on eBay. If it is, that's cool. But if it's from a specific thing, it'd be really interesting to know. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this quick video. Stick around for the gallery at the end. But for now, all I've got to say is, my name's John, and you've been watching Wargames, Models, and Other Hobbies.